Here we go, folks.
Hi guys. Well, today we're doing a getting to know on the hook segment. It's been a long time in coming. Been a weird season this year. We've been catching fish, but it's just been weird, up and down, weird bites. But we've still been catching fish, still been able to put the videos out, and still enjoying ourselves. Today, unfortunately, we don't have the kids here to film us and ask us questions. So we're just going to go over a few things that have been on our minds. First one for me is the low water. It's been absolutely unbelievable how low the water's dropped in almost every creek, river, lake, you name it. Today when we came to one of our favorite places, and the water's lower than I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's having a dramatic effect on the fish in each of these places. I'm sure it's having a dramatic effect on the salmon as well. Hopefully, we did get a little rain in the last couple days, but we dramatically need a lot more. What do you think?
I agree on the water topic. It's been low everywhere. It's caused the fishing to be weird.
Yeah, it really has.
Very few suckers this year.
Yeah, we caught, I think, one sucker, and we haven't put it out on video yet.
No.
We got one or two from Thompson River, but other than that, nothing in the Fraser Valley for suckers, except for one at Cultus Lake.
Yeah.
And that's weird, because we were getting quite a few of them in Sumas, but when the flooding hit, that changed, and we haven't seen them since. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. The bass, they've been
weird as well.
Pretty weird.
Yeah. The bite's been off and on, and we expected. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that to you now.
The fishing's been weird all around. The carp bite's been off.
Yeah.
A lot more crappie this year, it seems.
Actually, yeah, we have seen a lot more.
Trout, well, or usual haunts produce.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not that many good trout fishing spots.
That's true.
There's a few, but you got to look for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sturgeon bite for us this year has been slow.
Oh,
we've gone out about a dozen times, more than that probably.
Oh yeah.
And
been skunked on most of them, or
I got one sturgeon this year so far.
I had one over at Pitt Lake and swam underneath the boat right next to the dock and broke me off. But yeah, I've had really bad luck with the sturgeon. Ben at least got one, but we're going to work on that. We're going to be out tomorrow. But in the meantime, what else would you figure is a good topic at this point? Something we haven't done a getting to know on the hook in a while, and there's so many things to talk about, so
many questions that we've had. Yeah. Here's another topic that I want to talk about. If we post a video and we don't put where we're fishing in the description or in the title, we're probably not going to give it away, because in the past we've had complaints stating that we shouldn't give certain fishing holes away.
Yeah.
Well, we've thought about it, and there's certain fishing holes that we're just not going to give away. On an upside note, the fall and winter fishing is probably going to be a lot of trout fishing, a lot of trying to catch sturgeon.
Yes.
Hopefully the fall big bass bite.
Yes, if the bass start feeding up for winter, that's what we're hoping on. So far, it doesn't seem to happen. Well, just got to say, the last couple of days have been cooler, and I think that's going to cause the bass to start feeding.
The trout have been getting more active.
Yeah, a lot more aggressive. As you'll see from one of the videos we'll be putting out here in, what, Monday? Or tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon we'll be putting out another video showing some exciting fishing with some good sized trout. I'm sorry, I keep doing it to you.
The other topic I want to talk about this year is, or on this episode is gas.
Oh.
The gas cost has been exponential for us to go outside of our little local fishing holes.
Yeah.
We live close to the Maple Ridge area.
Yeah.
There is a lot of fishing in this area if you just look.
Yeah.
But
it takes a bit of exploring and you'll find it.
The low water plays an impact on that as well.
Yes, it has, definitely.
A lot of our usual fishing holes have been dead. We've not made videos of them because we've not caught fish.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times we won't put out a video unless there's at least a couple fish in the video.
There's the fact of me breaking a lot of gear this year. I have broken a lot of rods, a lot of reels, and I'm hoping that stops. I don't mean to break equipment, but it just happens.
But then everybody's got to remember, you got to take into account, Ben and I fish no less than, 4 to 7 days a week, depending on our chance to get out, money, that kind of stuff. The cost of gas has been, he's right, absolutely horrendous. And that's been limiting us to local fishing trips. And after a while, it's even boring for us. We don't want to keep throwing local videos at you, but...
Or old haunts.
Or old haunts, for that matter.
We're
trying to spread it out.
Yeah. I mean, I work. Most of the time I work in the evening. We get the day to go fishing. But, yeah, there's only so much you can do. And we've done a lot of fishing this year. We've gone to a lot of fishing holes. We put a lot of new spots on the channel.
We've spent every last dime of our money goes right back into fishing. Everything we make from odd jobs and from Ben working and from whatever income we can dig up for ourselves, it goes into fishing so that we can make these videos. We're hoping to continue at 2 videos a week, but I'm not going to guarantee it.
I agree to that. I do the editing.
Yeah. Ben does the editing at this point.
Yeah. And I would like to push for 2 to 3 videos a week.
If we can.
If we can. Yeah, but 2 guaranteed, I'd like to say.
Absolutely.
Even if it is of old haunts, an old spot, we've got a lot of backlog footage you're going to see coming through the winter.
And the beauty of a lot of the local spots too is that there's a lot of variety in the fish. So really, it's kind of different every single time.
What else?
Another topic, yeah.
Oh yeah. If you don't like what you're watching, you don't have to watch. No need to put bad comments on our show, because all that's going to happen is we're going to block you from the show.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to comment again. If you find an issue with our show,
we're not forcing you to watch. Nobody's forcing you to watch.
We're just trying to do this to hopefully get monetized, get paid to do something we like to do. We're not pushing.
We're absolutely obsessed with fishing. We love it.
We're not pushing our style of fishing on anybody. If you want to fish a certain way, fish that way.
That's right.
If it works for you, it works for you.
Fishing.
We like to fish basic.
Basic.
We want to bring the basic of fishing, for the most part, to the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to experiment and go a little, more technical, but usually I don't catch fish that way. The best way to catch fish is basic. Bobber and a worm, bottom rig and a worm, like these teardrops.
Yeah, always work good.
And
occasionally it's always good to throw something different, especially when you're bass fishing. But every situation's different. I don't disagree with throwing the spinner here and there.
I'd like to quote Creek Fishing Adventures on this one. And in the slow season, when it's cold and nasty, we need to put out a video. We will go to a place that we know there's fish.
Yeah.
It might be an old haunt, but we need fish through the wintertime to make
going.
these videos and keep our algorithm up.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're trying to do this year round. We want to do videos for you guys year round. You know, and it's not just for you. We love doing this. This is what we want to do, and we're putting everything we got into it, and we're loving every minute of it. So we're literally getting where we want to go, but we want to keep things as simple as possible, because we believe that, my belief especially, has always been that fishing should be affordable for everybody. It should be, you know, especially for kids to get out and learn how to fish. That to me is the most exciting part, of seeing the little kids learn how to fish. And so we're trying to appeal to people just going out to have fun and taking their kids fishing and just learning the basics of it, so that you catch fish. And when you don't catch fish, it really takes the fun out of fishing a lot of times. It can.
Yeah, I agree.
So the more basic you go, the more fish you might catch, and more enjoyable it'll be, especially for children, because they really like the action going on. Would you not agree?
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. I remember when I first started fishing as a kid, if I didn't catch fish, I was done. I got bored. And we want to make this entertaining. We want to make it fun.
Fun for everybody.
We're going to try to make it more educational, where we show how we're tying our rigs, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And when you see it, you'll realize that it's basic.
Very
There's not
basic.
much to it.
Yeah. But it catches us fish.
Few simple knots.
Yeah.
And a few simple tactics.
Yeah.
A few simple methods on how, for instance, for bass, there's a certain twitch we do that really works.
Yeah.
Mostly for the little fish, but
we're working on that one too. But
the thing is, the pressure in the Fraser Valley for fishing, there is a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fishermen, there's a lot of people fishing, and you're not always going to be guaranteed a big fish, especially when you're going for bass, panfish, the trout. There is big trout out there. We've seen them. We've hooked into them.
We've hooked into them. Yeah, absolutely.
But you got to work for it.
Yeah.
And some days we go a week where we get skunked every fishing trip.
Yeah.
And we got to rely on a backlog video because fishing's been slow.
Yeah.
And
so far we haven't had that problem this summer. And
it's been nice.
Spring, it's been good. But we haven't really caught anything that we would call spectacular. But well, you know, that's just the fishing in the Fraser Valley. But at least there is fish to catch. And I believe that because there's fish to catch, that just makes it fun for everybody. You know, a lot of guys come up fishing for the salmon season and stuff like that, but we like to be doing all species. So basically, when we go to a place and we fish basic, we have the opportunity to catch all species, and that's what our show is all about, is catching all those different species and those interesting species to make it just that much more fun, in my opinion. Yeah, we have our personal likes and dislikes to certain kinds of fish, but generally,
I could go without the pike minnow. They've been plaguing me this year.
He's been getting lots of those. Yeah.
But I gotta say, I mean, a pike minnow won me $125 at the Cultus Lake Derby. So,
yeah,
you know, I'm not opposed to fit one fish or another, or if one day produces nothing but pike minnow and one's 2-3 pounds, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if a day of pumpkin seed sunfishing produces a hand-sized sunfish, I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
That's
a large fish.
my goal for most episodes is the more species, the better.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, so if we catch a pike minnow and then we catch a sunfish, we catch a sculpin, it's a multi-species video. You're probably going to see videos like that coming in the wintertime.
Absolutely.
You know, where it's mainly pike minnow and sunfish and, or maybe not sunfish, but.
And another thing is that we don't specifically go out and target. Sometimes we will go and target a certain fish, but we don't generally just target certain fish. We go out to try to catch anything that's out there, because that's what I call it, potluck. And not knowing what you're going to catch makes it that much more exciting, at least in my opinion, anyway.
Just checking if the camera's still recording, folks.
But it's been an eventful season. We've been
everywhere,
out to the interior. We've been all over the Fraser Valley. We even went to the Vedder River like 3 times. We fished it, well, okay, we went 4 times. We got one video catching little trout. And we were back 3 more times, but the crowds were so heavy that it just, to me, like rosin fishing, fly fishing said, it's a battle zone. And that, to me, doesn't look appealing for fishing. That, it doesn't look fun. So when we see big crowds like that, we just back off and leave it be. And one of these days we'll catch a time when there's lots of room on the Vedder and we can give it a shot. But and we also live in Maple Ridge, and Chilliwack costs us money to get there. And that, you know, money's been the biggest issue. Money, gas, it's just a huge, huge problem to keep us from getting where we want to be. Another topic I was going to mention was we're going to be trying more fly fishing here. Ben's been doing it a little bit of it with the Chum Santa, and he's been trying it a couple other places. We
definitely use the fly rod.
That's right. We'll be trolling with the fly rods, and we'll be doing not right now, but probably in the mid-spring, maybe late spring. We're going to try to have a little fly fishing contest between the 2 of us. One of us is going to take the canoe out, and the other is going to take the aluminum, and we're going to go out and fly cast and see who can catch the best fish on the fly line. But
yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah, I think so. And anyway, guys, I think that there's a whole other pile of issues that we want to talk about. But we got another series of videos that'll be coming out soon, and it's called Troubled Waters. And it's going to be about stuff that we've seen along the way when it comes to what's happening with the change in the fishery. Which I'm not going to give stuff away right now, but that'll come on Troubled Waters. I'm not going to say exactly when it's going to come out, but it should be in the near future. Yeah.
There's something that I wanted to mention. The season's been interesting. First, the high water, the flooding.
The flooding.
It was hard to catch fish. You managed to pull through, but it hit this point where as soon as the slack water hit, where it was just right, all of a sudden the water dropped dramatically. And like slack water, by that I mean like it was high and then it came down and it was at where it's supposed to be. Is what I'm referring to as slack water. Okay. Right, like where the water was normally before the flood.
Yeah.
And then it...
Hi guys. Well anyway guys, we've hit on a few topics today on getting to know On the Hook. If you don't know, I'm Dean and this is Ben, and we will catch you out there fishing, and we will catch you on the next episode. But thanks for tuning in, thanks for subscribing, and hopefully we'll hit monetization and get a little bit of money out of this, and we can start paying for more fishing trips. Anyway guys, catch you next time.
Click like and subscribe.